26th February 2024. The third one is the most, is what LeBron James. So we are in an exhibition, and so it's a cool and vibe, and it's a dunk contest, I guess, or just an exhibition. Practice, and LeBron asked me, like a young guy, they clean the floor, stuff like that. So he asked me to hold something that yesterday I searched about books and many more, where it might land. Um, Apopheus and all this. I was in Manimo sells some toys for kids, which I didn't like. I looked where it searched yesterday in Vancouver. Anyways, it was too much. Anyways, so education for kids I didn't like. So he asked me to hold this like tutu, whatever it's called, puffy stuff that kids hold. I put it up. It's kind of messy, so he can dunk, take that and dunk. Anyways, when I do this, the side of my thing goes up a bit, so I don't like, there's a lot of people. I put it up. It, Before he tried a second time, I don't know if he did it, he said hold it like this, so it was more like clean. I did it and he dunked it. So then he was in practice on the left and practicing, and after he practiced, he went behind the net, the ring, like they step sometimes almost on the wall. He was alone, chilling, taking his breath or thinking, and I went towards him. Now thought was the moment. Kind of went. I said, "Do you know who I am?" And he's like, "Let me check my notes. Do you know who I am?" And like this, like Brown practice. I told him, "Do you know who I am?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "You know who I am? Tell me the truth. I gotta know." And he didn't really respond, so I told him, "I'm the guy who made the sign of the cross when I passed you at the Jordan store." And I thought Toronto, because it did happen. One time I passed there before I realized there's a guy alone on the right compared to all the people on the left. So I pass in between, I look on the right and I see him. He's tall, and I crossed myself because I thought, at that time, I thought he was selfish with the money. When I did it, I looked, while I crossed, because it happened really fast, and you kind of thought about it, Why would something I do that? I think somebody laugh on the left that the Raptors won. Anyways, so it was that year, I guess, before I left Toronto in 2018 or 19, right? So 18. So he didn't seems to remember. So I told him, "Are you a priest?" And he was like very low, no, thinking, that's what the paper says. And then then he was kind of yes, and I said, I touched his chest, kind of. When I asked him, I said, barely. I said, I knew you were a priest, and I thought, because I am one. After I told him about my dream and bids that I had before in 2020, I did publish it, but unfortunately I got locked out of my goal, and when I wanted to edit a lot of dreams, this started my downfall then on the first channel. And that dream, I remember, was before the final 2020 when they won against Miami. And it was like they told me how the sixth game will happen. I did decode it, I put it, but then it was like the culminating point of 30 people following me almost daily, and my phone broke. It was 2 weeks before the final, and my phone broke the screen, and I was living on low income, and I got mad because of that, and I didn't publish. I'm like, again, the phone broke, so I'm outside, and I didn't. And just before the final started, there was another dream where I looked at him invisible. So I'm telling him in peace, okay? And that dream was like he was in the room almost of my, not my brother, well, no, but anyways, he had a cigar box, and there was two open, and I said it can explode, and he closed it. There was two guys that got like a curse that I didn't know what it meant at that time, got sick. Right off the first game, I think, was the Dragovich, and who was the second one? Anjurabadamo or something. My ex that died 2 years after. I didn't know all that at that time. And both of my parents did die this year, this season. So basically what had happened in between, we had the 49ers versus Kansas City, and it did repeat this year also. So I had another dream about the switching. There was two cigars before my mom died, but I realized two cigars to coffin. I didn't want to publish it, and despite the voice saying to me, we're gonna warn you, I left everything and I went there. And my brother stopped his meds in real life, and after the third day, and I was stuck in the hospital there on a chair. Today I have legs problems still, and I came back with a car, which then the legs problem started because the vibration, and I drove fast, so I am not caught in a fighting, defending myself or against the lying snakes of the East Canada when they want to fight, and one or two when you defend yourself. What happened like this anyways? So I told him, after I told him my dream in bits, there were two cigars. He didn't much care, right? So he said, and that dream that I had in October was, you know, he was there on the right. This is very important. It's happening everywhere. Look at LeBron James. He smiled at me. He scores, right? He scores out. He smiles at me, and I'm like, you know, believe. I told him, and there were two cigars. Believe. And I know there's AD. I was with him, I thought, but I didn't say in that dream. And then it kind of flickered. It switched, just like my second channel or something. And it switched, so the right became left. And kind of, but I don't know. This is what the impression I had. And I said they let me pass. No, the guy passed me, so I can go north to score. But if it's switch, if it's halftime, it's the other one. So I was, it's still, I'm still fighting about that one. So anyways, the guy passed me the ball at the end of the court after somebody scored. So I go north. I said they let me pass, you know, and I'm laying up and it goes like this on the ring, and then it goes left, just like Apopheus, right? The radars, and it went left in the Pacific, maybe WW3, maybe the season will go left with all that is going in the world. So anyways, after this, I told him some pieces like this, and it went left with my life too, since I published and all this. So anyways, so I told him a piece of that. There were two cigars. He didn't much care. He asked me, can you do MMA? I'm talking about the dreams, and I said yes. And I know, don't joke what it can be MMA, you know what I mean? So, well, I said yes, and he said, someone asked me one time, and I got a dream, saw myself in bed sleeping. It's actually a vision. Now I know the difference. So somebody asked me, I said in this dream, I said I had a dream, but now I know it's a vision. Yesterday I checked some things that I published in the past. You know, I was saying I had a vision, but it was a dream. So now I know all this difference. So after he asked, can you do MMA? I said, yeah. Somebody asked me, half an hour, you know, I have the dream, but in fact it's a vision because somebody asked me. I just go and I see it. So kind of on demand stuff. So he goes there. After this, goes to see somebody else in the court. Damian Lillard looked at me eye to eyes. I looked at him. I'm saying, Damian. No, I said Lillard. I recognize him. So it kind of elevate slightly a little bit towards their eyes that I knew, you know, I guess not only the main guy. So school board 2020, it happened again. Wasn't buying it so much. So I said Lakers vs Miami a second time, you know, believe. I'm talking a little bit like this, you know, and it all goes fast in the dream. So maybe I say Dallas vs Cavaliers. So he jumps in a car, it goes north. So what's gonna happen in this world, man? If you understand, that's fine. And it's not funny though, but hey, listen, I put my demand in the Canadian Intel. I was waiting for them. I didn't publish. I put a lot of times I had dreams because I have them daily, and sometimes was talking to them and I didn't. So there's also the CIA. They didn't refuse because the criminal, they put me on a criminal. They said didn't qualify. Another dream was all because of this. I smashed down the thing. They say I enter somewhere when I revenge apparently about somebody. I opened the door, breaking entry. So I do like this with the feet out because of that. So anyways, what happened is all this I got a cough. I then took some meds. I don't take meds. So he didn't put more than an hour on things. So he jumps in the car. I'm standing up. He doesn't put more than an hour on things. So I guess that's how he's successful or something. He goes up, jumping in the car, and I say, I saw you put 2 cigars in a box when I was invisible. So invisible, I never publish it. It's not there. So it did just like in the dream too. I was looking. You know, I told you in the 2020 finals before it happened, the dream that I had. So I took it out that one. The dream because I logged myself in the Google account. But I don't say that to him. I saw you put 2 cigars in a box. I was invisible. And you have a cigar box, right? I told him that. And while the car drove, I say I lost my mom, my dad and mom. When I say you have a cigar box, he didn't want to say what it is for, you know, cursing and stuff like that. Because recently I looked and put curses on people, and they put that in a coffin, a picture and all that stuff, shit like that. So the devil do me that. Like my parents, that didn't help me much because I mad in this last years. Yes, I did. One time I went back, bang, bang, bang. My mom had tumor. I went 4, 5, 6 times. Holy shit, at least 2, 3, right? Put shit in pictures. I said I shouldn't say that. I'm just gonna finish what I say for people who go there, and I apologize for that. And then the plastic cup I had for free corner soup. When I say I lost my mom and dad, then I go after the car kind of, and I have this shit here. I shouldn't show you that, but I have a plastic jar with coffee where you put hot shit, and the cup there, the top went out. I had to, so it went out, and I said because of the wind, right? My cup went out, and was going sometimes in the morning, free soup around the corner here. Yeah, when he left, he said, we're gonna call you. When he jumped in the car, he said, we're gonna call you. So is it sarcastic or not? When we need you, if we need you, all this I kind of know now. But man, I wish I kept publishing, because I'm telling you now, it's spinning around. And just like the Bible and other words say, tell it but seal it. What seems to me like mistakes, and at that time I heard, publish but don't give interpretation. Now I see why. Because it was hidden through the devil speaking or not, because if it's of this world, the devil is working, right? Cinema, actors, but it's hidden, but it's decodable for some people, especially when it gets closer to the time, or do a full whatever cycle or stuff, and with what 14 years, whatever it was, whenever it doesn't matter. But I know that in the Bible says, say it, but seal it until the time. And I'm telling you, right now we see a lot of things are on sealing. I'm studying left and right, and wherever I study, I'm getting close to, like, it did this and it goes left. I lost my mom. You know what? I lost my mom on the 6th November. I went to see my mom. She couldn't walk no more. And 7 November they attack Israel. Now she's dead. The West is going down. She dead 6 November. And I was there a month. Goddamn, I'm telling you, these intel, I'm not gonna point fingers, right? Especially if you don't join the church, because I'm laughing. There's no more laughing matter, but I was just saying, even if you join the church, that doesn't make you perfect. So imagine if people don't join the church, but they might be called to do a family, and they might be out of sin, right? It's kind of weird if you're working in intel and you're a saint. It might have been, I don't know, it might have been the valley, who knows? But no, I'm just saying, you know what, there's the left here, and I don't want to be tagged on YouTube, but say age, let's say age, there's a lot of age there. On the other side, it's this, they're together, sometimes they're not, they're talking, enveloping with Freemasonry, but it's pumping, and the devil and the power and the friendship they both have on the side is something that controls more than themselves, right? And then you got diplomats and stuff, but if you're really on the one side, you can be real diplomat, right? And because they you don't have affinity with them. But anyways, they know all that. But I'm just saying, there's a lot to think about this, and I don't know. But if it goes down, I want to say something. If I'm safe and running somewhere and there's a war, I'm gonna cry a lot, man, and feel. I kind of also let it happen, right? In my side of stuff, called to preach, because I got mad at people and being poor. I got real mad. How did you let it happen yourself? Maybe it was not you called to do some changes or diplomacy, but if you could do a difference, would you close your eyes like how it happens, like a tattoo? Oh yeah, that dream with LeBron James, the first one, the two cigars. I looked at him and I said, I never really like you. Now I'm gonna watch you when it's now I'm gonna watch you eye to eye after it switch. After I believe there were two cigars, it switched. You know, I at first said that so the viewers, me eye to eye. Now I'm gonna watch you. Then it went left. It's not looking good for the world.